This guy is the newest special tool in the tool arsenal. It's a cool tool. It's very simple. It's called a drawbar, and it goes through the 3-point hitch arms on your tractor, and it allows you to tighten up your things that you're pulling and spins, right? So you can tighten up your chain, you chalk it up on your log itself, and then it lifts your the piece you're carrying just to get it out of the ground in order to pull it out of the bush. It allows it to just go along easier. So that guy there, I ordered it online, got it from Princess Auto. They shipped it out there. It's awesome. I've been using it for a little bit now, and it's going to make my life a whole lot easier around here. The other cool thing about it is the little holes here. You can actually hook up a like a ball hitch for like towing a traditional trailer or something like that. So moving that sort of stuff around in the lot would makes it a lot more easy. All right, guys, next day, look at, it went from 30 degrees to snowing. I love weather. Weather's awesome, especially like I don't think I've ever seen it snow this late in the season. And I kind of anticipated rain, so I was pulling those logs out last night, like just so I can get them out of the muck. And as you can see, like, the pond is steaming. There's steam coming off the pond. There's snow landing on it. You gotta make hay when the sun's shining, and you gotta burn stuff when it's raining. So we've had a lot of brush lately that we've been clearing out, and I've kind of waited because it's been crazy dry around here, and I didn't want to set the forest on fire because that's a bad idea. So today is a great opportunity to kind of clean up the area of all of the brush. Like, the brush is just like piles. Anyways, I got this thing started earlier this morning, but I don't like filming in the snow or the rain because camera gears don't like the snow and the rain. So that's our plan today, is to clear up. There's piles everywhere. So Don's here. Did I mention Don's here? Don's got his pitchfork. Is that a pitchfork or is that a manure fork?
It's a manure fork. There's
a difference. There's a manure fork and there's pitchforks, and there's
little manure there.
Oh, there's a manure there?
A little bit, not much left.
Oh. Historical manure. Shorts and t-shirt weather. Now it's back to a 2-layer day with the rain gear. I don't know, it's just insane. This weather is insane. I don't know, the sky is falling. The pond heated up a little bit, so it's steaming. It looks like it's very inviting. It looks like it wants you to jump in. We were gonna do that, rescue the cube with the tree that's leaning over that thing, but it seems to be too wet right now. It's just dangerous when you're working in a lift. We're just waiting for the weather. Always waiting for the weather. That's fire. So Joe, was that the hard part? Getting it in, or is this the hard part?
I think the harder part's getting it in this one on this job.
Or is it getting it out? Maybe
now we haven't found that yet.
That's right.
I might found the hardest part.
I might own a lift.
You might have to leave it here.
That's right. It's all downhill from the upper part of the property down here. So hopefully you can get it back out. I wouldn't be too sad if you could have to leave it here.
That would ruin my day.
That would ruin your day. Look, it's just swaying in the wind. There is a high wind today, so.
Great. I love it.
You love it? Loves it? It's like a midway ride, Joe. Joe's got like a whole pile of gear. He's got some climbing saws, some big saws, some pull ropes, some doohickeys, some thingamabobs. That's the technical terms for them, right, Joe?
Rigging.
Rigging. Rigging.
What's that called?
I should know this. It's a thing. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Come on, Cav.
A prisic?
Nope.
Am I close?
Nope.
Okay.
You got the right letter.
Something. I don't know, what is it?
Porter
wrap. Whoa!
He knows.
But what's the other? What am I thinking of? That
information's in there. A pressic. You're thinking of a pressic. That's a knot.
Which is a knot.
A hitch.
Oh, okay.
You use.
I don't do enough tree work. I wanted to, but then I got old.
Right.
Quite frankly, I got old. I did tree climbing once with a young lady. She showed me just enough to make myself dangerous, and I said, I'm not doing this. You know, it was the hip thrusts. I just didn't. I wasn't comfortable with those hip thrusts. That's a thing, right, too, Joe?
Right.
Yep.
Hip thrusting.
Hip thrusting, climbing on a rope in my backyard. It was not fun. So, aerial lift is where it's at. No hip thrusting involved with this. Joe's driving this boat. I am not.
No, I'm not. You are.
Okay.
You're doing it.
Well, I'm
just here to watch. Rig it from the spruce, like at the very top of the spruce. We'll put a rigging line in there, and then we'll tension it up and pull it over. You don't have anything else over here to go off of. I'm not going off that.
Well, there's a dead tree here you could roll off of, and there's a dead tree over there.
A split ash up there.
That's split ash. That's my crotchy tree up there. This is yeah. There's a pickle. You know what's crazy is it's pointing right at the sun. It must be a sign.
A good sign or a bad sign?
Well, at least it's not snowing. It was snowing yesterday.
Good thing is our rigging point, we can pull our rigging point, pull from the rigging point, and it'll go in the direction we want the tree to go. We don't have to put a secondary line on.
Joe, do you think trees have feelings?
Depends.
What? The only reason I asked that question because there's a book that people have been telling me to read, and it's called The Secret Life of Trees. I haven't read it yet. I think I should. And I was told that every tree in the forest is interconnected, and they talk to each other. Okay. I got to read the book. I'm not gonna bash the book, but I have a book that my favorite book up there. It's called Firewood. Norwegian firewood. This isn't great firewood, but this is great baseboard wood. If you're looking to make baseboard and you have a sawmill and you have a poplar tree, that's ideal baseboard because poplar is notoriously hard once it's dry, and it's easy to work with. It sands out nice, it planes out nice, and it's easy to cut. And generally speaking, there's not that many knots in them. Too bad I don't have an aerial lift for this. Need a elevator for up here. Give her.
Okay. So
what's that for, Joe?
So if we need to do something with the rigging there, I'll get you to put this rope in this pulley.
Okay.
And we'll run it through the quarter wrap over here, so you're out of the way if you gotta hold it for some reason.
Okay, sounds good.
Depends what it does when it comes out of there.
All right.
But we probably will tie it off to that tree when we do that cut and see what it does. So, okay. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? Over to you?
Yeah. So not a lot of guys get to see this, but this is Joe's office. Joe works in this little box all day long. So give us a tour of your office.
Welcome to my office. So these are chainsaw holders, scabbards, whatever you want to call them.
Is that a special thing? Like, did you make that? Or
yeah, no, you get these things. Like, so bucket truck guys or any kind of tree companies with lifts or hydro companies doing line clearance, they'll have this style of thing where the saw just fits right in there, and any saw fits, and they're made out of a, kind of a plastic.
Right.
This one is the first one we had, but I'd always put it in there and the chain would be running, like just that last, like just spinning a bit, that it would chew this up. So I plywooded it, and it's still getting chewed up a little bit, but whatever. This is my mailbox.
That's where you get your mail?
kind of.
Okay.
My little tools, gloves. I got a little ring up here, little
That's
sling
pretty cool.
action. Some, you know, some throat little wedges and stuff.
And what's the most important part of your basket here?
The coffee.
The coffee. I knew it was the coffee.
Cup holder, right there.
Cup holder.
Right?
Long
Coffee,
days up,
water, whatever.
Long days at the office.
We don't really get into too much beer up here or any of that stuff, but
Is there a outhouse? Where do you just?
so that's right here. You can just sit. You can just move this on, take a seat,
All right.
sit right, or the other one.
Okay, so just
Go the other way.
you just tell the ground you just catch.
Heads up.
Heads up. Number 2 is coming at you.
Right.
All right, so there's the tour of the.
And yeah, control panel and whatever else.
This thing's awesome, Joe. Like you can get he's hanging, he's floating.
20 feet.
You're floating in midair. This is 14 feet to the bottom of this. We're gonna watch Joe do his thing, and we're gonna all be amazed because it's truly magical what Joe does for a living. It's cool.
I'm
Anyway,
surprised we got down here. Still in here pretty good. So what I'm going to do is put a rope system here to carry the weight of what's below, but also put another small system in to catch what I cut off. Let's see what happens here.
that's my favorite line. See what happens. Let's just see what happens.
Oh man, the shaking got getting me now. Because this is hanging in here the way it is, I've got, when we make that final cut, it's all gonna fall. So we're gonna capture this piece, the top piece we cut is gonna be hung from here, but then the remainder of the whole trunk is rigged off this side, which is why we've got it tied down there to carry it when it comes down. Because it is going to come down, and we just wanna control how much it does. So we'll see what happens here. Here we go.
Nice.
That worked perfectly.
Perfect. Look at that.
That was actually pretty freaking cool.
Throw. Wait.
Can you get it to me, or do you
Oh,
want me
yeah.
to move?
Oh yeah, it's on. It's.
It's not very heavy. Okay. So it's gonna. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna tighten this up,
Yeah.
and then as we lower that, it'll just gravity will bring it over. Okay. So I'm just gonna cut the end off that. That was cool, man. How that worked, like how it came off like that. You got her. You got her. Do it again. Do it again. Muscles.
There is no muscles.
One more.
Go tree, go. You gotta give her a kick.
Ready?
Yeah. All right. There.
Ready?
That good? Yep.
Perfect. Don't have the lines crossing. Don't cross the streams.
Okay. And you want to go?
You just put it tight. Throw it right around. Don't have it go over top of your white line. Like pass it under your white line.
Under.
Yeah, and then throw it over here and it can fall wherever it wants. Perfect. Okay. Okay, pull more?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Yes. Inches, man.
Right.
Okay,
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, you gotta hold her tight.
Yeah.
Keep her tight. Okay, hold on now. Let me get you on the rope. I got 2 ropes here.
I got 2 ropes, man.
Okay, ready? Okay, now we can let her back in. Perfect, right down there.
Voila! Like that was textbook tree removal. We just cleared the tip of that railing. We set her down nice and lightly to the ground.
Controlled, organized.
And now Joe's gonna make a hammock with all the rope that's left over. Underneath the cube, maybe?
Yeah, we could. Right there.
We do.
Diagonally.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Diagonalish.
Because we were asking about stuff that we should do underneath the cube, and a hammock was one of the suggestions, and I completely wholeheartedly agree with that one. The hammock, so you can relax.
You need a tent style
Yeah.
ratchet strap.
Well, that'd be cool. Like almost like a trampoline sort of hammock. The whole base of the cube. Good job. Live another day. You can protect the cube. It's like my force field. It's my elm tree force field.
Right now, watch it fail.
No, it's not gonna fail. Joe, don't talk about that. So this tree here, there was a ash tree growing out of it, and I had to take it out because of the deck. And I left the elm tree, and most people are like, "Well, get rid of that tree too." Well, you know what? It saved me this time. So maybe next time it'll take the cube out. Who knows? All's well that ends well, right? What are we at? 65 feet?
No, we're like 45.
It felt like 65 feet.
I know, it feels like 100.
Just look at all the trees that I got to take out. Look at that one, how lean that balsam is, and that balsam, and that dead ash tree. Oh my. Joe, how do you feel about that while you're at it jobs? You know, like that dead wood that's in the tree.
Oh.
And I said, while you're at it, can you grab this guy here?
Oh, while you're there. Like,
while
just
you're at
take
it.
a second. Just while you're here.
While you're at it.
Oh yeah, that's never ending.
That's my word of advice, is if you hire somebody, Joe's doing this out of the goodness of his heart, but if you hire somebody, pay them well, and don't do the while you're at it. And if you do the while you're at it, pay them for it, because it's extra work. You know, if somebody asked you to just stay at the job for another couple of hours while we do our TPS reports, you got to pay them. Joe's got himself his own YouTube channel. You can check him out at JLS Tree on YouTube. He's gonna start filming his adventures, and if you like it up in the trees, you got to subscribe to Joe's channel, JLS Tree on YouTube. He's also got Instagram. What's your Instagram?
JLS Tree.
On Instagram. Look at that. Yeah, this is crazy.
We're not even high yet.
You know what? Some people get drones. I just get an aerial lift. Look how high we are. Can you see? You can see. Joe's like, I'm gonna swing you around. Can you see the cube over there? Or the cube? We're on the cube. You see the sauna and the log cabin over there. Anyways, this is awesome. High above the treetops.
We're above the cube.
We're above the cube. We are directly above the cube.
That sawdust on your cube.
Oh, I gotta go rake that astroturf. Now that we got that tree dealt with at the cube, we get to focus more on the log cabin. Important to deal with the emergencies as they arrive. This is our plan. Our plan today is to build our kind of like a patio, like a stone patio area for the evaporator that's going to sit here. So in the springtime we can boil our maple syrup and be covered from rain and whatnot, because it tends to rain a lot in the spring. We're just collecting some stones, and yeah, we're getting set. We got to set our first sleepers, because we're gonna make a wood, kind of like a hybrid wood / rock area. The rocks being non-flammable. So Don's here picking rocks, and I got a special my special guest, Don number 2. I got 2 Dons, man. So the formal introduction. So this is my dad. His name is also Don, and he made his first appearance on the original cabin build. He has no talking parts in it, but you can actually see him if you look really closely. You can see him build. You gonna say hello?
Hello. How are we, everybody down there?
Everybody down there, where are they?
Well, I don't know. United States, maybe.
They live in the tubes.
Okay.
They live in the inner tubes. So yeah, so that's the plan. We're collecting flat stones. Maybe we'll get a fire going. I don't know. Maybe it's too hot. It's too hot for that. See, the thing is both Dons like fires, so it might be a little bit too warm for fires today. So how about those Winnipeg Jets, Don?
Go Jets, go.
Yeah. Don just likes that hat. He didn't particularly like the Winnipeg Jets, but he hates.
That's not completely true. I do like the Winnipeg Jets.
Okay.
I have since they moved from Atlanta, I believe it was.
Okay.
But being a lifelong Leaf fan, you have to have backup plan. So this is the backup plan.
That's the backup plan, and they're round 2 now. And you just dislike Montreal.
At times I do.
Okay. My father, Don, number 2, is there Don number 1? I don't even know anymore. Don, my father, likes Montreal, so that's, I don't watch hockey. I like playing hockey. I don't really particularly like watching hockey. I like building. So let's get back to what I like doing. Well, how's that for locking out? We've got 3 sleepers, which are cedar, so they'll sit down on the dirt and they won't rot for a very long time, primarily because they're cedar and they're covered from the rain. They got no rain hitting them. And we've got our deck boards that are going to go on top of it. These are about 2 foot on center. If you were worried about it collapsing, you'd put more, but I'm not. And if it does, you're going to go exactly 2 inches to the ground. Just kind of a structure that's going to support our deck board. A mighty fine structure it is. I don't know how it got so level so easily. That's usually a struggle to make that level. Determining our height now, because we want to put our stone patio in. I've got the most help today, so I'm going to utilize that help by putting in a stone patio. So we just got to set our height for right now. We ended up using some sand that we had left over from the pond excavation. It's kind of got clay in it as well, and it kind of really packs really well. So what we did was we dumped a couple of scoops underneath the overhang in order to give us a good base for our stones. And then we're going to set our stones in kind of like a cobblestone sort of fashion. And it gives us a nice non-combustible surface for the evaporator to sit on. Once the rocks are all laid down in a random pattern, we ended up adding a bucket of clay sand to kind of grout it. It's kind of like a polymeric sand when you do interlocking stone. And then once that sets up and hardens, it won't allow any weeds to grow, and it'll be relatively clean and keep the mud off of everything, once it's dry anyways. What do you think, Bean? Hey? That nice and cool? When are you moving in?
Well, probably a couple of weeks from now.
Oh yeah?
I got my stuff down here.
I don't know if you guys can tell out there, but the mosquitoes seem to have woken up. I don't know if the humidity rose, and the mosquitoes decided to come out and say hello. So they're out in full force right now. You can kind of see a swarm. They're kind of following us. I need some more people down here as bait for the mosquitoes. All right, we just got the front left to do. We're gonna add our sleepers, but then I gotta mill some more wood up because we don't have enough deck boards to do the front, but we have enough sleepers. So we'll get that done, and then got a couple more things to button up, and then the outside of this thing's done. We can get into the inside. That'll be exciting. Getting out of the elements. Well, kind of got cracks in the building, so we gotta fill those in, but progress. As a former government employee, were you a professional sweeper?
No.
I was telling the other Don that that there's a lot of sweeping going on in government. People don't know that, but my father worked at the railway for the government as an electrician. So they did a lot of sweeping, is what he's saying. What I'm saying. No?
No.
He's like, you can say it. They're not going to come after your pension. Don't worry.
Okay.
So we've got our area pretty much cleared out, and there's the couple of roots that we had to sacrifice in order to make it all flat. But it's interesting that these things, what does that smell like? Have a whiff of that, Don. That smells very, what do you think?
It's either peppermint or wintergreen or,
Is it like is there a winter mint?
or wintermint.
That smells.
It's really
You
nice,
could almost
actually.
eat that.
Yeah.
Like if that was gum, I would. That's delicious. I don't know what that tree. I think it's silver birch or something like that. But it's yellow birch.
Yellow bird.
The other Dawn says yellow birch. Does that smell like? You could eat that. I don't. You could probably make tea out of that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you
should-
should.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Add if you get the dirt off of it and then stick the root inside a. That's. I can't stop smelling it. It's good. Hey Bean, what do you think? Bean's like, oh okay. She'll chew on it. Okay. No, she's like, meh. It's a stick.
Maybe that's the coffee that.
So we're under secret. We're gonna make some winter mint. Winter mint. I think it's coining that term. Winter mint coffee. That's delicious.
Or the tea that they use for the. So they.
Want to take a drink? Mmm. Well, guys, it looks like the pigs are settling in quite nicely. They've decided on where their bathroom is, which is in that far corner, which is perfect because I can actually get the tractor in there and muck it out when I need to. And they've settled into their bed. They've got that all kind of set up, and they got a little dry area here, and they've got their mud pit right down below, which is next to the waterer. I've got to secure some of the actual food bowls in order. They stand in them and they kick them over. So I've got to secure those so they can't stand in them. They can't kick them over. So they have where they have the pellets, and then when they have the food scraps in a different location, so they can kind of get in there. As you can see, they're rooting good. My brother's feeding them bread like ducks. You think they're ducks?
Stale bread.
Stale bread.
Courtney said I needed to come over and feed them bread.
Really?
She wants fat bacon.
I'm not sure about my wife. May not want them to be eating bread. Woof woof. I like the sound. They just constantly go F F F. Hey,
There you go.
hey. They like bread. Maybe that's why you're not supposed to feed them bread.
You know what you do? You take the bread and you make it in little pieces, and then they feel like they're rooting around.
Oh, okay.
'Cause they
Like
see-
ducks.
See that big piece over there? They didn't even eat the big piece.
Oh, you gotta give them little pieces. Oh.
And then they root around and they get it.
They look pretty happy. Happy pigs. Happy pigs, happy bacon. Well, pigs are doing good. Everything's good. I'll keep you guys updated on the pigs. Final weigh-in. Should we do a weigh? We should do a weigh before. Weigh before and a weigh after.
Pounds right now.
I don't even know what 60 pounds. Probably like 45.
Sure.
They're like an angry 45 because you try to pick them up and they do not like that. They do not like being picked up. That's the cup. Don't eat the cup. Hey, don't eat. Here, just pour it down your face. Here, you want some of that? Yum yum. Pivot! Uh-oh, too far. You gotta go that way. Straight. Yeah, there we go. That's beautiful. Just temporarily put it on. So I'm taking it off for the winter or for the summer. Once the sleepers were good and level, I ended up using spruce that I had milled out for deck boards. And then I screwed those in place, and that gives me a nice solid plank for the front porch. I'm trying to make the best of a kind of a tricky situation where the slope of the overhang lean-to roof wasn't quite great enough to allow proper drainage. There is probably over an 8-foot length. There's about a 4 or 5 foot drop. I'm not sure what that pitch is. The concern we're having is snow load Not necessarily snow. I know it'll hold the snow. We're more concerned about ice dams. So this piece of flashing here is tucked up underneath the existing roof and then comes out about 18 inches onto the existing roof. And I believe that's enough to give us a little bit of a buffer for the ice or the water backing up underneath the flashing. And again, worst case scenario, if that were to occur, it's dripping on the outside of the building anyways. And it's got to be a perfect storm for that to occur. I think we're pretty much safe with a piece of flashing that comes out this far. And if it doesn't work, we'll fix it. Yeah, I hear you. It's brown. It doesn't match the other roof. But you know what? A little bit of paint's going to fix that up, no problem. And you only be able to tell if you get a magnifying glass and you get up here and have a look at it. So once it's all painted the same color, nobody will know the difference. It'll be our little secret. I started off building my front porch using slabs from the sawmill. They were the refuse cedar logs, and I set them in the ground by digging trenches and leveling them up. And then after they were level, I ended up using spruce, I believe, decking boards, which I nailed off to the slabs that were sitting there. And those sleepers, because they're set in mud and they are made of cedar, they should last forever. Well, guys, that pretty much wraps up this episode. We've done a lot of work on the outside. We've pretty much got it wrapped up. So join me on the next one.